Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Steph and this is Ordinary Plant Girl. If you are new here, thank you for clicking on this video, and if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back and spending more of your time with me. Right off the bat, I'm gonna say I'm sorry for the fan. We're at the tail end of a heat wave, and it's like you move and you sweat, and I'm not sure if I'm prepared to do that. I might turn it off. We'll see. Well, maybe I'll shut it off right now and we'll see how we do. Today, we are going to pot up some of my Hoyas. If you saw my last video, which I will link down below, about my Hoya haul, I had explained in that video that I have a stage 1 and a stage 2 of propagating my Hoyas before I put them in soil, because I effectively just use soil. Semi-hydro doesn't work for me, at least not right now. I might try it again in the future, but for the moment, soil is my go-to. I love soil. And this is the second stage to potting them up. So we'll start with, so I'll show you this one here. So this is stage 1 for me, which is putting the cuttings into moss. So the first thing I do before I try to switch out the medium is I check to see if there is any visible root growth. And actually for this one, I'm not really seeing any, but it's in there securely. But if I don't see any active root growth, I'm not going to take it out of the moss. So this one, which is my Hoya acuta variegata, this one is going to stay in moss for a little while longer. So I showed you that the Hoya acuta is in stage 1 and it's going to stay in moss. Now what happens is when I transfer them to stage 2. So this is a mixture. So it's got perlite on the bottom, and then it's got Coir, vermiculite, and a little bit of charcoal in this top layer. And I was saying that I have become particular to layering this way. And since I did this one, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, this is my Coroniana. You can actually already see a root that has started to grow. And you can see as well that it's got new growth here on the top. And that is actually, from the last time we saw this, that has actually come quite a ways. So the fact that I can see that root there tells me that this is very happy in the medium that it's in. And the other one that I did that with is my Husk yellow. Now this one I'm not actually seeing any roots in yet, but that's okay. I'm not seeing any deterioration or anything, and it is actually starting to formulate a little bit of a new growth itself. So this is okay. So this is just something that has worked for me, because when it comes to Hoyas, I don't know a lot about them. And when it did come to propagating them in the beginning, I did have problems. So what else did I do? I put my Hoya Fitchii in this medium again about 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. And this one too is just showing me new growth. So they're happy. I'm not seeing any roots yet, but they are happy. So a couple of weeks ago, I did transfer 4 of them into this medium, or into this process anyway. My Rinsei as well. And my Rinsei has actually got a root forming right over here as well, and it's got new growth coming on the top. So that tells me that they like what they're growing in. But one of the important things for me is that I do not move them unless I see root growth in moss. The reason why I do that is because I don't want the roots to get situated too much in the moss, because with Hoya roots, they're pretty fine, and I'm always worried about pulling the moss off of them. So let's see, this one here is my Hoya Rosita, and this one I can see roots in the moss. So this is going to be the first one that we do this with. Okay, so in order to do that, there are a couple of things I need. So I've got my container that I'm going to put my moss in so that I can sterilize it and reuse it. And part of the reason why I'm doing this video right now is because I am out of moss. The last batch of moss that I had was disgusting. It was so bad. And I have an import plant that I need to put into my go-to moss because I don't want it sitting in that moss any longer. I've already moved one out of it, and that is a totally different thing. So back to what we are doing here. So there's a couple of things I need. So I've got my bowl right here. I'm going to tilt you down. So I've got my bowl here, and I've got a tub down here behind me. It's actually a cat litter tub, but it is full of Coco Coir that I have rehydrated. And as well, I've got my charcoal back here. So I don't put perlite into the mixture because I am layering perlite on the bottom of the cup. And then as well, I've got my little 3-inch cups. This one I'm gonna have to put holes in, so that's fine. So here you can see the Coco Coir, and you can see how fluffy it is. I'm not sure if that, there we go. So you can see how fluffy that is. And I don't need a lot because I'm only filling about 1.5 inches of a 3-inch cup. So I don't actually need too much. I think, you know what? I think I might try this method with some philodendron propagations as well. Okay, so this should be enough because I don't know how many of them are actually going to be ready for this stage. Okay. So after that, then I just take my vermiculite. And I don't need a lot of that either. It's just with the vermiculite, it helps retain a little bit of moisture in the Coco Coir because the Coco Coir gets dry so easily. And then last, where are you, is my charcoal. Now this charcoal that I have is actually fine. It's small. I'm not sure if you can tell, but they're not big chunks. They are just little chunks. And I don't actually use a lot of that either. It's more for aeration and the antibacterial properties of the charcoal. Anyway, so then all I do is mix it up. And that is ready to go. So we're gonna put those down here. And then I'm gonna put this over here. So I do have, right now I just have a little bit of perlite in here. I do have more perlite, but it's more of a medium grade. This is just a little bit finer, so I'd like to use the rest of this before I do anything else. So now I've got my Hoya Rosita. Oh, there's one more thing I should do, which is cut the drainage in the bottom of the cup. Easy breezy. One side. And then another side. And there we go. Just a couple little slits in the bottom. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's check out what is going on over here. Oh, another thing that I do is once it's in the moss, once I see root growth when it's in the moss, I do add a couple granules of slow release fertilizer just to help whichever plant along. That's what I do with any propagation or any any plant that I have in moss, even my imported ones as well. I do the same thing. I just put, not a lot, just a little bit of a slow release fertilizer in there just to give it a little bit of a boost. Okay, so see, now the moss is just completely attached to the roots. And did I break that one? Nope. Did I? No. Okay, good. That is what I try not to do. So this is why once I see root growth, I take them out of the moss. And wiggle, wiggle. Okay, so now that that's out, you can see the roots that we have there. So it is perfect for me to put into my stage 2 medium. And it might sound like a lot to do, but it's really not for me anyway. And I have fun with it, so it's okay. Okay, now that we've done that, take our cup. And I'm just gonna put some perlite on the bottom here. Not too much, maybe about ½ an inch. I'm going to check the level of my cutting and where I want it at. So I'm just gonna put on just a little layer just on top of the perlite. Just like that. Oh, too far. Tuck our roots in. And then just backfill. And there we go. Now with this one, I can see that there are aerial roots right here that want to do something. So I'm not sure. Sometimes you can lay it down just a little bit more and you can get those roots in the medium as well, and then they will just grow for you. But I'm not overly concerned about that at the moment. So I'm just gonna make sure that there's enough in here, give it a little tap, and there you go. All you have to do after that is just water it in. So I'm gonna put my, if I can pick it up, put my tag back in there. And then, oh, almost forgot the most important part. So I do use Osmocote slow release fertilizer. This one is a, where was it? This one is a 15-9-12. I know that they do come in other strengths. This was just, I got this from Amazon. That's a little too much. So what I do is I just take just a few little granules, because the Coco Coir has absolutely no nutrients in it. Now, because it was in moss and it did have slow release fertilizer in there as well, it's not like it's lacking anything. So that is the Rosita. So let's see what else we can do here. Okay, so this is my Hoya sigillatus. And let's see if we can find some roots growing. Okay, so I know that this one is happy because it is also starting to give me new growth. If you can see those 2 new little leaves right there. But I'm not seeing any roots. So what I'm gonna say is that I need to make an executive decision here. Because it's giving me new growth, so I know that it's happy. Should I disturb that while those leaves are forming? Probably not. So you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave it because I don't wanna mess this one up. So we're gonna leave that one alone. Next, we're gonna look at my Hoya retusa. Now this one is probably gonna sit in moss just a little bit longer because what I did was I cut off the longest vine and I actually tucked it in the moss here with it, and it has rooted. It's in there securely, but I'm not seeing any root grow. Oh wait, maybe I am. No, this one for me isn't gonna be ready yet because I put that cutting in there and I don't wanna mess with it. I would definitely like there to be more than one that I do here. So maybe I will do the Sigillatus. I don't know, because I only have 4 of them left in moss and 5 of them are now in their stage 2 medium. So maybe we should do the Hoya Jennifer. This one looks like it could, oh yeah, I see roots on this one. Oh yeah, you can see like a nice big root down here at the bottom. So it's gonna be stage 2 for this little girl. All right, so same thing applies. I'm not gonna worry about washing these out because I'm sure they're okay, but I will wipe it out because this one did not have drainage holes. So we're gonna do the same thing. So I'm just gonna cut a little slice in the bottom, cut another little slice in the bottom, and there we are. So it actually looks like I do have enough of the fine perlite to do this. So I honestly can't remember what I had propagating in there, but that's fine. Got that. So let's pull her out and check and see what her roots are gonna look like. Ooh, that is actually a really long root. Okay, so the Hoya Jennifer was extremely happy, it seems. Just shooting roots out for broke, and these roots actually look thicker, maybe because she's thicker than the other Hoyas. I'm excited to see them and I'm trying to be as gentle as possible. I'm so happy today is a much cooler day than it has been all week. All week our temperatures have been between 29 and 38 degrees Celsius, and that is hot. That is so hot. This year I did actually hook up an air conditioner, so I was hiding in my room with my dog, just trying to keep us cool most of the days. The hardest part was trying to work because I would come in, because this is my plant room and also my office. So I would come in, I would do some things that I needed to do, and once I started to get too hot, I would go in the bedroom and cool down. And then I would come back out again, do some more stuff, and then go in the bedroom and cool down or answer my phone or anything like that. And it was just a back and forth nightmare. And I know that a lot of my coworkers were doing the exact same thing. So unfortunately, quite a few of my plants in this room were hit hard by the heat. And the thing with this room is that it is east facing, so it gets the morning sun. My bedroom is west facing, so it gets the afternoon sun, which is why I put the air conditioner in there, because it gets super hot in there at night. And in the evening though, I would turn the fan on in this room and just let it go. And as much as the plants loved that, a lot of them had their leaves melting, which is not ideal. And after last year's 45-degree temperatures, I learned that, yeah, like it gets too hot, plants don't survive. Okay. So I'm not gonna try to pull any more of the moss off of this, but this is what her roots are looking like. Now I'm not expecting any new growth from this one anytime too soon because she is woody. You can tell right here, you can see how thick these are and just how woody they are. So I'm not expecting too much to happen with that. Okay. Okay, so now that we have that, we've got perlite in our little cup. We're gonna put in our little layer. And let's see. I'm pushing this one down a little bit just because of the stem, but I think she will be a-okay. Backfill. Make sure all her little roots are covered. And I don't typically like any medium like on the very top there. I feel like it's blocking things out. But because this one is standing upright and not leaning, I just want to make sure that she's got enough support around her. All right, couple granules of slow release fertilizer. I do try to sprinkle it all the way around the plant, but you know, it goes where it goes. Okay, and there she is. My little Hoya Jennifer. Why can't I pick? Okay. So now I get to see how well those do. So now you can see them. So this is what I've got going on. Don't worry about this little guy right here. It's not part of it. It's just on this tray with them. Let's see if I can fit the Hoya Jennifer on there as well. And yeah, so there you have it. You can water these guys and put them away. So you can see with this one as well, my Fitchii. Did I already show you this? I'm not sure. The new growth that's growing there as well, since it's been in here. So I just find that they are happy. It was a happy experiment for me to do and find that they did so well. So hopefully the next update I have for you will be showing you the new growth on these. Aren't they cute? They're so cute. Anyway, so that is it for me. Thank you all for being here. I hope you were all safe and well. Let me know what you thought of this in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.